Have you ever seen this level of rental demand in the past?
No, I think a lot of it may well be due to the fact that people can't afford or people have given up on buying. So I think that's a big challenge. I've certainly not seen it. I think the one of the things that I've noticed, and I'll flip over to the property market, is the first home buyers just have been squeezed so hard when it comes to houses that they've fled pursuing affordability. So they've fled into these lower socioeconomic suburbs that have traditionally been under 500k and suddenly nudged them up to 600k or nudged these suburbs up to 7. The suburbs where I grew up as a kid that were frowned upon, that were tough, lower socioeconomic suburbs, that hitting $1 million now in the western suburbs of Sydney. So, and then what you've got on top of that is a number of investors who are doing their search based on yield. So you've got that pursuit of yield chasing those suburbs that are sub 750k. So we're seeing a lot of these affordable suburbs, no matter where they are, they're drying up rapidly. And if you do try and do a search, it's very hard. I do it for our list. Suburb Help. We did originally, when we did that Suburb Help list, we did have lower price brackets for houses. We created different curated lists of where to look. And I gave up on the 400, and it was nigh impossible. I gave up on the 300, then I gave up on the 400. Now, there are some that appear in the 500k mark, but boy, it's hard. And you're trading off a lot to try and find something under 500. Gets a little bit easier as you move up, but it only starts to make sense, and the lists start to look quite nice at that 800k mark. And that's very hard for a first home buyer.
Yeah, it is. And it's hard for a lot of investors too. We know that people are trying to get into the market at $500,000. It's a lot of money if you need to save it up, isn't it? But it's not. It doesn't buy you much in the property market.
Yeah, and yet look, and what it does is it forces you into that different asset class, and it's a substandard class. The strata class is not going to give you the capital gains of a house.